this is going to be a high bond. Aggravated assault now? Were you thinking of the child before you stabbed the guy in the chest? People are paying for your mess, for him, because you can't figure out how to do the right thing and make the right choices. And you got a child that you're supposed to be a role model. Charged with state jail felony of burglary of a building. Do you have any prior convictions other than what's the new case?
It's an ag assault with a weapon.
Well, that's second degree felony.
Yes, sir.
You're accused of stabbing someone in the chest. You know that. That's going to end up being a second degree felony. Posted a bond at $5,000 in January on this burglary of a building. Then this new event happens on April 17th of this year after you had posted a bond. So this is going to be a high bond when this happens, when this indictment comes down. Currently on a bond on this case, and now that's enhanced to an aggravated case now. That's aggravated assault.
Judge, it looks like that was indicted May 13th of this year.
Yeah. Is there a bond set already? That would just been last week.
She's
Just-
already too.
Is there a warrant out for it?
It sounds like she's already bonded out for.
She made the bond on
What was it?
2,000,
What?
200,000.
200,000. What she said? That's pretty high. Oh, wow. She says 200,000.
Are you retained?
No,
Oh, wait a second. Hold the phone. You can afford a $200,000 bond but the taxpayers are going to pay for your lawyer? No way. Not on my watch.
No, it was 400 to get me out.
I don't care. Somebody, you have access to money. He's being appointed and he's being paid by the taxpayers of this county. You probably don't care. But 250,000 people on my watch, I take care of them. And you're interrupting, Miss Rudeness. Only one of us can speak at a time. When you speak over, the court reporter can't take everything down. I mean, you've got one crime here. Now you've got an aggravated assault, stabbing someone in the chest, which is a second degree felony. And you want to compound this with letting the people? No way. You hire your own lawyer. You can come up with $200,000 for a bond. You get your own lawyer, or we'll let somebody, if you can't afford that, we'll revoke your bond and then you can sit it out and then I'll have him appointed. But no, you get your own lawyer. That's almost laughable. But I know what's happening. It's the game's being played. It's other people's money. 250,000 taxpayers paying for your mess. And that's just not fair. They tell me that. It's just not fair. And then that's what we're supposed to stand for, fairness. You, meanwhile, commit one crime after another. So no, you get your own lawyer. I expect, or get your bond refunded and sit it out and then pay for a lawyer through that. But you have access to money. No, this isn't $200,000. It's $20,000. It was $20,000. Why'd you say $200,000?
I was trying to correct myself.
Nonetheless, where are you getting $20,000 when we have a court-appointed lawyer?
I got out $400 from Al Reed. So they wanted 2,000. Al Reed took 100.
Yeah, I know, but it's $20,000 bond. You need to. Does she have an indigent? I mean, we're treating her like an indigent. Did you fill out an indigent form?
We love Judge.
There's something there.
Yeah,
Let me see.
kind of, Judge. Let me
Let me
print
that out.
All on out.
The way this is done sometimes, it slips through. And it's halfway done, if I may use the proper terminology, because it's an affidavit that's supposed to be signed and it's supposed to be thorough on what your income and expenses are so that the taxpayers don't get stuck paying for your mess. And I'm one of them. Shame on you for picking this thing up again after you already had a crime that you're dealing with. Shame on you. But that's why it gets more expensive and more serious each time. Where'd you get the money for the bond? Because this shows you make zero. You make zero. Where'd you get the bond money?
Yeah.
Who?
My mother, friend.
Your other people are paying for your messes now? Is that what this amounts to? Because this shows zero income. Zero. Is that right? You have zero income?
Mm-hmm.
How do you exist except off others? How do you exist? I mean, how do you pay for things? You've got shelter, you've got food, you've got clothing, you've got Who's paying for that? Others? Have you ever thought about becoming independent and living on your own with your own,
So,
making, self-sufficiency? Or just you exist off of others?
I'm a stay-at-home mother.
You've got a child.
I have two.
Aggravated assault now? Were you thinking of the child before you stabbed the guy in the chest?
Yeah.
Really? We're gonna review this in 4 weeks. I think it'll be this thing enough. Let me just say, you're free falling. You're acting about as irresponsible as a human can be. And you've got responsibilities, not only to yourself, but you've got a child at home and you just picked up, you go from one crime to a more serious crime and other people are paying you, right? You've got responsibilities, and from parents, it's supposed to be a role model. And let me tell you, your child can't learn anything from you. You compound your errors by just making it worse. Irresponsible. Well, I'll remind you about it next time, because I know how you roll your eyes. This is boring for you, but others are paying for your messes. You're making messes, you got responsibilities, and 250,000 people are paying for your mess for him, because you can't figure out how to do the right thing and make the right choices. And you got a child that you're supposed to be role model, making a good example, but you have been an absolute failure. All right, get a reset.